Crooked cards. Aquarius, welcome to your reading. We are going to do a quickie reading today. It is my intention to get this up the Saturday before Easter. I'm doing, shorter readings. I want to have more time with my family, so it takes shorter to do them and to get them posted. And, I'm sure that you'll be kind of busy too, but you know what? These are turning out to be actually kind of fun. I think I may incorporate these more often. So what I'm going to do first is I have the astro dice in my hand. I'm going to roll astrological signs, zodiac signs. Two things. One, you may be contacted by a loved one, family member, friend of this sign, so heads up. And two, if you recognize one of these signs and you have not heard from a family member or a loved one in a minute, it's a sign maybe to reach out. Nothing negative, just I was called to do this. It's like keeping the lines of communication open. So let's go ahead and begin. Okay, we have Virgo and Scorpio. Gemini and Leo. Cancer and Pisces. Two water signs. So just keep an eye out. If that was kind of fast for you, just go ahead and rewind. But watch for communications from those, or reach out if you have a family member of one of those signs that you haven't spoken to in a while. Okay, I'm going to pull one oracle card for the overarching energy for the week. Milestone. Good deal. Cool beans. And then we'll pull a few tarot cards here. One. I have to count or I'll forget and shuffle for days. 3. Alrighty. 1. 2. Ooh, 3. Interesting. Okay. You have 2 queens, Aquarius. Some mature, powerful energy. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the overarching energy for the week is a milestone. So what this tells me is there is some type of achievement that you have reached. And positive, say at work, you've been there for a certain amount of years and you're acknowledged, for your, loyalty or, the work that you've done at the company. You have said, hey, I'm going to get 10K in my emergency fund by this date, and you have done that. You have said, I'm going to lose this amount of weight in, X amount of time, and you actually, stuck with it and accomplished it. Bless you. It's going way slower than I thought, but I'm doing it. But some type of positive milestone that you have reached. You could even be have a YouTube channel and you finally reached the 1K subscribers and 4K watch hours, so now you can be monetized. But it is something positive, it's something good, it's something that you've put effort into, and it's something that you'll either be recognized for externally or something that you should definitely pat yourself on the back for if it is an internal milestone. And, take yourself to lunch or, buy yourself something within reason, reward yourself somehow for putting this effort and being persistent and making this happen. So congratulations. Kudos to you, Aquarius. Now, in your money position, you have the Queen of Cups. What this tells me is that you have done some work, Aquarius. I feel like you had a not so great relationship with money. You either spent it when you were bored and sometimes kind of put yourself in not so great positions as far as being able to, cover your obligations, or you didn't think you were worth very much. That's really kind of the vibe I'm getting there, like you didn't think you were worth much. You know what? Let me tell you a quick story. I got a certification. It was about 15 years ago. And I didn't look and see how much people who got this certification make. So I got contacted about a job, for a person with this certification, which I studied for and knew and got, honestly. And I was like, wow, okay. So it was an agency and it was for a job somewhere else. So the agency called me in and, they had told me how much the hourly rate was. And I was like, oh my God, that was like double anything I had ever made before. And so I went into the agency and the guy who had originally contacted me wasn't there, but one of his coworkers was. And so she took me into the conference room, we looked over my resume and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't really think I have the experience. I mean, I don't know, that's like a lot of money. I think I frankly told her, I don't know if I'm worth that. I don't know if I have the skill set and the experience for that. And, it took me probably like about 5 or 10 minutes, but I talked her out of it. And she was like, okay, well then we won't submit you for this one. But if anything comes up more junior, we'll get a hold of you. And I said, okay. And we were walking out of the room and the guy was there. He'd come into the office. And he said, oh, hey, Cindy, just wanted to let you know I submitted your resume to X company and at X dollars an hour, and they're very interested in you and they want to set up an interview for next week. And I was like, oh shit. And then I realized you are worth as much as you decide you are. And you got to do work, you got to get certifications. I mean, you can't just go say I'm worth $1 million and I'm a brain surgeon or an airline pilot. There's stuff you got to do. I got a certification. I worked really hard on that for a long time. But that's when I realized I was worth as much as I decided I was. So anyway, you have decided that you are worth a good relationship with money. And you're worth as much as you decide you are. And you know that you're worth way more than you thought you were. So there you go. And then in love, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So weird. It should have been like that because Pentacles is about like money and Cups is about love. But isn't this interesting? So then about love, Pentacles, security, solid foundation. I think you've come to the point in love where I think you went through like an epiphany here and you realized your value all around. Not just with money, Aquarius, but your value, your self-value. And so your relationship with money got better. You realized that you were worth way more money. You also realized you were worth being treated way better than you had allowed in some cases. And you created boundaries for people. And you started treating yourself better. And you didn't accept poor treatment. You would end relationships for that. And so, as a result, your relationship with love became way more solid and stable as well. And so you have built a very solid foundation for yourself. You are sitting pretty in as much as you know your worth, you know your self-worth. You have self-love. You have cut out any people that wanted to continue to treat you poorly or anyone that, even knew that came in and thought, you tried to run their game or whatever. You know what you are worth in money, work, money, income, and you know what you are worth in love. You have been doing some work, Aquarius. And then in the area of spiritual growth and self-growth, we have the moon. Now, isn't that interesting? The moon is about what is hidden. It can be about fear, but it can also be about like intuition and the unknown. Well, the unknown and what is hidden, I guess. But what I see is you really opening up your mind and your perception. I see you going through some type of a transition spiritually. So I don't know if maybe you grew up in a traditionally religious childhood and you didn't like religion as a result of that. But as you've gotten older, you've like, you know what, I'm going to look at religion differently, but I'm going to go out and discover what it means for me. Or maybe you decided, you know what, I'm not a traditionally religious person, but I know I'm spiritual and I want to grow that part of me. And so I see this more as, the spiritual growth. I don't see like so much the personal growth, but I think they go hand in hand, and that's why I kind of put them together. But so I see you having like maybe an epiphany or just making a decision that you want to do more discovery about your spiritual side and work more on your spiritual growth, which is beautiful. So there you go, Aquarius. A lot of growth. Beautiful. Short but sweet. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time, and please have a wonderful Easter. Bye-bye.